Have your feet flat on the floor, have your knees together, you're there already, Sue. And have your arms out wide. That's wonderful, Nadine. Just get down on the mat. You probably need this after yesterday anyway. And keep your knees together. Just start to bring the knees from side to side. That's lovely, Nadine. Lie down. Bring your feet together. And just move those knees from side to side. So just start to bring a little bit of movement into that lower back. Now I have changed the angle slightly of my camera today, just for a slight diagonal. And let me know if it doesn't work for you. It's just to try and give you a slight angle. Okay. Good. And you can move your head in the opposite direction as well. So you can look out in the opposite direction to what your knees are looking. Stay there. Just going to sort Pat out. There she is. Normally it works on the second go. Good. And then when your knees come back to center, hug them into your chest. You all right, Pat? Can you hear me now? Wonderful. So come to your back, Pat. Lovely. Bring your feet flat on the floor, everybody. We're just going to do a glute bridge, so just to stretch that back out. Lift your hips up to the ceiling. Squeeze those glutes. Just hold everything there. Big inhale, and then exhale. Hips down to the ground again, and hug your knees into your chest. While we're in this position, we can take one knee in one hand, the other knee in the other hand, and draw circles with those knees. And what we're doing here is rotating the thigh bone in the hip socket gently in one direction, and then just swap directions. Gently is the operative word. Early, we're just waking ourselves up here. Body might be a little bit stiff. It does look like we're going to have a nice day again today, although it could go either way at the moment. Okay, bring those feet down to the floor again. And this time you're going to open the feet out wide. So they're as wide as your mat. And your knees are going to go from side to side again. But this time, wider legs. Again, just to bring some mobility to those hips. So the knees are like windshield wipers. They're going up and over. Feet are flat on the floor. And if any of these angles don't feel good for you, adapt. So find where your feet need to go for this to be comfortable. And then you're going to go over to one side and just stop there. So let gravity stretch you out a bit. Look out in the opposite direction. Inhaling, and as you exhale, bring the knees to center. Then inhale here, and as you exhale, knees go over to the other side. And just let them stop. And looking out in the opposite direction. Inhaling those knees to center. And you're going to bring your feet together. Keep your right foot on the floor and lift your left leg up. Take a hold of the back of the thigh. Now the right foot is either flat on the floor, or if you want to, you can extend that leg so that it's out straight on the floor. Depends on what feels good for you. And rotate through that left ankle. Now you probably get a sense of how tight, if at all, your hamstrings are here. And then we can start to straighten that leg, push through the heel, flex the foot so that the toes come down towards the face, and then point the foot and flex the foot. Feel the stretch down the back of the leg. Left leg comes down to the floor. right leg goes up. Same thing here, left leg is either bent or straight, and just take a hold of the back of that right thigh and rotate through your ankle. Listen to all the clicks and cracks if you have any in the ankle, and checking in with the tightness in the hamstrings. And then inhale here, and as you exhale, push through the heel. Flex the foot, still holding onto the back of that thigh. And then point and flex the foot. Just bringing some movement to those muscles in the backs of your legs. Nice. And then bring that foot down. And you're going to come up to sitting. So you can come up via boat pose if you want to. So those knees are bent anyway. Lift your hands up above your head and throw those arms forwards. Lift yourself up. Nice little bit of core work there. Now you're going to turn to face me with both knees roughly at 90 degrees. So again, working in the hips here. And I'm getting a little bit warm, so I'm just going to take this off. It's amazing how that happens, even though I'm hardly moving. Right, so both knees at an angle and facing in the same direction. And you're just going to move your torso from one side to the other. So lift up through your chest before you do this. Lift up and just move from side to side. Just bring a little bit of movement into that lower back. Good. And then stop with your chest over the front knee and bring your hands to frame that knee. Inhale here, and as you exhale, maybe you want to come down a little bit. You probably feel a stretch in the glutes. And walk your hands a bit further forwards, and if you want to come a little further down, you can. So this is a pose we often do before we do pigeon pose, and it's a beautiful stretch in the glute, but also that lower back. My favourite muscle, the quadratus lumborum. And then inhale, push away from the floor. We're going to very gently swap over to the other side. Being kind to those delicate hips. Setting up on the other side. And then lifting up through your chest with an inhale and just moving side to side. This is to stretch that lower back. You can walk your hands around. Now the lower body and the upper body are kind of doing different things here, which gives us a stretch in that lower back. Good. And then stop with your chest facing that front knee. Inhale, lift your chest. As you exhale, you can come down, you can stay here. Check in with your body, see what feels good. Oh, just gonna grab my block. Nice. Nice. Oh. You can come all the way down if that feels good. My body doesn't want to today, so I'm just going to stay a little higher. Nice. And then inhale and come back up again. Good. I'm going to bring both feet to center. And you can come up however works for you, but you can also try just pushing yourself forward and coming onto your feet. Now this is quite a nice stretch in the feet as well. Graceful falling, that's good. And then push away from the floor. And Bob is judging you as well. Bob is watching. Lovely. Nice. Okay, come just a little further forwards. You're going to step back with your right leg. I know I just got you up, but I got you up for a reason so that we could step back into a 90-90 lunge. Good. I'm just going to turn this slightly to the side so you can see what it looks like. 90-90 lunge, again, stretching our hips. The right hip flexor getting a stretch here, left leg at the front. So lift your torso up, support yourself with your core. come forwards. Feel that stretch, not only in the hip flexor, but in that quad as well, or the set of quads. And then come back. And again, we're into a hamstring stretch, a little bit of love to that lower back as you come forwards.
I'm not sure this is my body.
What do you mean?
It's really not like my body. My body's a bit more flexible.
Ah, well, take it easy, Nadine. We did a lot of work yesterday as well, so you're bound to be stiff. Coming up again. Invasion of the body snatchers in Henlow with Nadine today. And then exhaling and coming back again. Sorry, I snorted there. Oh yes, this is nice. Nice stretch in the glute as well, all the way up to the glute. And then coming up, and we're going to swap over to the other side. The 90-degree angles, remembering that you've got a bit of space there between those feet. So open that right foot a little bit further to the side there, Pat, because otherwise you will. Yes, there you go. That'll make you more stable. Nice. So lifting up through your chest, you're supporting yourself with your core, your pelvic floor. Inhale, and as you exhale, come forward, stretching through that left hip flexor. And relax your shoulders down here. Just enjoy this stretch. And in the fronts of the thighs as well. And inhale, and as you exhale, push away and come into that hamstring stretch. Hands come down to the floor if they can reach. If they can't, it's okay. You can put your hands onto your thigh. But if you need to rest your hands anywhere, try not to rest on joints. Inhale and come up again. And exhale into a hip flexor stretch. Nice. And this time we're going to come up. Oh no, actually let's stay down on our knees. Go nice and wide with those knees. If you have got a block and if you want one, you can use it. We're going to do gate pose. So gate pose, send that right leg out so that it's straight. You're still on your left knee. And then that left hand comes down to the floor or the block or a pillow. And if you want to widen it here, you can. Good. And then circle that right arm around. Let's circle it back the way it came. And then inhale, and as you exhale, circle it. This time, squeeze your glutes and send your hips slightly forwards. Careful with your back, Nadine.
It is a bit tetchy today.
Yeah, so don't send those hips forwards. Lovely. Bring the hand down, support yourself, and swap over your support to the other side. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you're balancing there on your right knee. Your left leg goes out. Maybe you want to widen it. You find the floor for the support or your block and circle your arm. Good. So we're not leaning forwards with this. At the very least, we're in a straight line. And if we can, we come into a little back bend, spiral twist, or gate pose. Nice. Okay. Come back up again, and let's come to all fours. That felt really good on the back. I hope it felt good for you too. So gentle twist there. So all fours position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Come into cat stretch, rounding through your back, tucking your chin. And inhale, lift your chin and pull your belly down towards the floor. Cat stretch again. I'm going to turn myself around. Cat stretch and cow stretch. Use your breath, so use the whole of the breath to get into that cat. Whole of the inhale here to get into the cow. You might find you can get a little deeper into it. And you're pushing away from the floor with those hands at all times. Those arms are straight. Stretching all the way through the back of the body. Nice. And then sink down into child's pose. So sink your hips down towards your heels. Let the head come down to the floor. If the hips are up in the air, that's fine. And relax your elbows down here. So give your upper back the opportunity to have a stretch in a passive manner. Good. And then inhale and come up to all fours, but then send your hands a little bit further forwards and come into a little back bend there. So sending those hips forwards, nice and looking up. Exhaling, bringing your hips down into puppy pose. Forehead comes down to the ground. And you can keep your elbows up off the ground here. We're quite active. Inhaling, coming up. And we're going to come down to Sphinx pose here. So a supported back bend with the elbows under the shoulders. Pushing into the tops of your feet if you're not dealing with cramp. And then inhale and look out to the horizon. As you exhale, relax your jaw. Just move your head to look over your left shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Move your head to look over your right shoulder. And the shoulders are away from the ears. And then come to center. Bring your hands to where your elbows were. And push away from the floor back to all fours. Take an inhale here. Tuck your toes and come up into a down dog. Slowly pushing those heels down. Feeling that stretch in the upper back. And it's like you're trying to rip your mat apart in the middle. Pushing with the heels of your hands and pushing the heels of your feet down as well. Inhale and come forwards into a plank. Just for a moment. Exhale, push back to down dog. So we're going to come into that plank again. The first thing we do is we come up onto our toes. And then we bring our body forwards with control. Shoulders stop over wrists. And then push back with those heels. Come back down to your knees again. And exhale, sink back to child's pose. Just a little bit of strength there for you. A little bit of core work. Really nice for the wrists as well. Relax those elbows down. And the other thing you can do in this pose is you can bring your hands down by your feet. Your forehead is supported by the ground. And if you bring your hands down by your feet, just makes you that much smaller, but also your shoulders get an opportunity to relax down towards the floor. Okay, bring your hands out. We're going to come up. So let's start with all fours as you inhale. Tuck your toes, exhale. Come into down dog. Inhale here, and as you exhale, bring feet up towards hands, and we're in our forward fold. So just stay here for a moment. Take a generous bend in those knees and look between the knees. Sway gently from side to side. You can hold on to your elbows if that feels good. And then you're going to push away from the floor with those feet and come up to mountain pose. The head comes up last. All those vertebrae of the spine stacking on top of each other, and then turn to face me. Now let's give the shoulders a bit of love. Roll those shoulders up, back and down. So inhale as you bring them up. Exhale as you pull them back and down. Good. Again, inhaling, rolling them back and pulling them down. And one more time. Inhale and exhale, pull them down. Nice. Just move your head from side to side. Keep your face facing forwards. And then stop with your head going over to the right hand side. You're going to reach that right hand up and just place it down on your ear. So you're not pushing down on the head. You just got a little bit of weight there. Relax the rest of the body. Inhale, and as you exhale, reach down to the floor with the left hand. Just a gentle stretch. Yes, you got it there, Sue. I try and be consistent. I try not to do mirroring, but sometimes I do get it wrong. Okay, bring that right hand up as you inhale and bring it down again. Inhale here. As you exhale, head goes over to the left. Now you'll feel a stretch straight away. We're just going to increase it a bit. So inhale, that left hand up, and exhale, just gently put the hand down on top of the ear. Now you've got it right, Nadine. And then reach down with that right hand down towards the floor. Good. Inhale, bring the hand up. And exhale, bring it down. Okay, roll those shoulders up, back and down. You're going to bring your hands up above your head. Clasp the hands and reach up high. Make yourself as tall as you can. Reach out of those arms. So circle those arms, really reach out of those shoulders and bring them behind you. Clasp them behind you. And then pull down. Squeeze those elbows together like the elbows have got something tied around them, and then pulling them together. Lovely for the shoulders. Unclasp those hands and reach out. Bring the hands forwards. So now that upper back getting a stretch. So clasp them and pull round through your upper back as if you're hugging a ball. You can even put your head down there. Open those arms out. If you've got a strap and you want to use it, I'll get mine just to show you how to use it. Take the strap in your right hand. If you haven't and you want to just use a sock or a piece of clothing, you can. You're going to bring that right hand up again. You're reaching out of that shoulder joint and then bring that hand behind you. You've got that strap hanging down. Left hand is going to come up. This is only if you need to close that gap between the two hands. That's it, Nadine. You've got your Superwoman cape there. So now we've got a lovely stretch in the shoulders. So avoid that head coming forwards. Push the head against the hand. Inhale, and as you exhale, just see if you can walk your hands a little closer on that strap. Now you can let go with the right hand, and that strap is in the left hand, and then open the hands out like a little magic trick there behind the back. Good. Inhale, bring that left hand up and over with the strap hanging down, and then bring the other hand up. So this side might feel completely different, and often they do. Make sure you've got the bottom bit of the strap. I seem to have the wrong bit of the strap. There we go. Inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, pull. Oh, nice. So keeping your body straight and just feeling that stretch in your shoulders. And then let it go and bring those arms out. You can just get rid of the strap and roll those shoulders up, back and down. Big circles here. Let that movement go all the way down to the elbows and the wrists. It's like we're doing a double backstroke here. Stretching all the way back. That's it. Going to go in the other direction. Again, moving from the wrists and the elbows. Oh, that's nice. One more time. Lovely. And then stopping in the middle. Just shake those arms out, and you can shake one leg and the other. Good. Let's do a wee bit of balance here. We're going to go forwards, sideways and backwards. So stand on your left leg, gentle bend in it. Bring your hands onto your hips to start off with. Roll those shoulders up, back and down. It's like we're using everything that we've created here, a lovely, strong and supple body. Bring that right knee up to hip height. Option if you want to here to extend it out, but keep your chest high. Or you can have that knee bent. You can bring your right hand onto that right knee, bring it out to the side. And then you're going to send that leg behind you and go into your warrior three. The arms out wide. Oh, and I'm cheating because the foot's hit the wall now. I can't go any further unless I bend that knee, which is counterintuitive. Yes, well done. Let's come up. Bring that leg back out to the side. And take it back to its place and let it drop. Okay, other side. So shake everything out first. Nice. Was that like a wee that I heard? Nervous giggle. Inhale here, exhale, ground yourself on that right leg and then peel that left leg up. If you want to, you can extend that leg. Show me the sole of your foot. Do whatever feels good for you with your hands. So if you want to have a little play here, you can. Otherwise, you can have your hands on your hips. And of course, this feedback here with your hand on your knee as you open it out might be good. Lifting up through your chest. You're doing amazingly, Pat. Just do what you can. Good. And then we're going to bend that knee. And I'm just going to turn slightly because I've got a big wall behind me. Where was I? Here. And then out to the back. So using the glute here, using that hip hugely. Air guitar. And let's come back the way we came. Bring that leg out to the side and lift your chest. Good. Well done. Bring it back to the front. And lower it down. There's lots of air guitars today. This is great. We're like a rock band. Shake everything out. Oh, nice. Let's come down into a sumo squat. So as wide as feels comfortable with your legs, a little definitely wider than hip width apart, and bring those forearms down to your thighs. The deep squat now for those hips, and have a little wiggle from side to side. Keep your neck in line with your spine, so those hips come down and the back is straight. Bring the palms of your hands together. Stay low in your legs. Inhale. As you exhale, bring those hands up and then come on up. Open the arms. Exhale as you sink down again. Beautiful goddess pose, ready for our day. Come back up again. Bring those hands up. Clasp them. Reach up high and bring your feet together. Inhale, and as you exhale, come into a side bend. Inhale, exhale to the other side. Inhale to center and exhale your hands down to heart center. And we're done. Thank you very much. Namaste. Have a lovely